So if we want to talk about then what, in terms of the people and the programs and things that people are looking to invest in, when you reached out to me, you said, Steve, we've got to talk because this report came out and it was really all about content.
Yep.
Explain that so that we can understand that. And in fact, you actually said that this was not only content, but you're framing this as content is the new ABM. So that's a lot to get into, but let's open that door.
Okay, I can follow along. Those are like 4 questions in one, but I'm tracking. Luckily, I have analyst experience.
Good.
So from when we looked at the data for the most important outcomes, efficiency, retention, and expansion, that it was consistent pattern across all of those. Somewhere within the top 3, it was either you need a content development person, you have to have audience-centric content. And then from a technology perspective, the number 1 technology planned for high growth companies to invest in was content marketing technology. So the report just screams everything about content. And what's interesting is when you dive deep into the data from a people perspective, the top 2 headcount toggled between data and analytics and marketing ops across efficiency, retention, and expansion. Obvious. And the reason why those are the top 2 is because the actual percentage numbers that were reflected in the study indicated that these people were net new and that it was a role that wasn't quite fulfilled yet or a capability. The content was consistently the 3rd option the entire way across. So the 3rd most important hire for efficiency, retention, and expansion was content development. But these percentages were really low, like in the 13 and 14%. So that indicates to me that they already have people doing content and they're adding more because it's so important. So that's the actual people piece. The technology piece was content marketing, we called it content marketing, but it lumped in like content intelligence tools and other things. So it was just everything you can do to make your content better and more efficient. So why is content the new ABM? And that's because across the efficiency, retention, and expansion business, it was all about building audience-centric content and creating a more connected buyer journey. When you build audience-centric content, you can make a more connected buyer's journey. And just the fact that those were so synergistic was really cool to see in the data. All right, so now I'm going to answer your question. The content is the new ABM, and it was really more of an approach that was just marketing. When I was at AMD, we had 6 OEMs we worked with. That was ABM with 6 original equipment manufacturers, right? You're still marketing, but because it was a little bit nascent back then and we didn't have the ABM technology to support that, it's constantly evolving. But then as it became more widely adopted in the mid 2010s and everything, and it became a really standard industry practice or approach to aligning demand generation programs, content, and messaging against high value accounts. And that's a bit of a long-winded way of saying content is the new ABM because the same diligence that was used to target these high value accounts needs to be applied to go beyond the targeting. What I mean by that is it's the job of B2B sellers and marketers to work in tandem to permeate the entire account. You can target account, but you have to go beyond to get through to the accounts, the buying groups, and your ideal customer profile. So content with journey-specific messaging is the most effective mechanism to get from target to ICP. And optimizing that practice enables a more efficient go-to-market approach. It allows faster account expansion business, and that ultimately supports your retention goals. So see how I closed loop that?